Okay, so I've got here the plan laid out, at least with the edge of my floor showing fairly clearly, and I'm going to switch to the, so I make sure I've got the ground floor with my image inserted, and just show you firstly how we can make that visible again, because now that I've drawn my floor, it's covering most of that image that we inserted. So a simple way of showing that is to change the view to wireframe down the bottom. So make sure you know about the graphics options you have there, and wireframe, if you haven't used it, it's a really useful one. But then you can see that the floor's now transparent, but if I zoom in, the walls aren't. So the walls still have this grey fill, and a simple trick you can use to remove that is to change the next option next to the button where you choose wireframe. To the left of that, you've got the detail level, and you can change that to fine, and that'll make the walls see through as well. Okay, so now we can see that image clearly again, and I can look at the edge of my floor there and can see that the curtain wall maybe is sitting on that edge, and so that's where I'm going to draw my curtain wall for now. So I can go back to the original ground floor view just to make it easier to see. I'm going to click on the wall tool. If you want to, you can choose wall architectural, but hopefully you realise by now that you can just click on the top part of the button and it will always do architectural. So then with the options there, I'm going to just make sure I've got all the right settings. So height still on level 1, and then don't worry about the location line. I'm going to go into properties now, and from the list of wall types there, I'm going to go down and start with curtain wall 6mm thick glazing. Well, no, because storefront's got too much set up. I'm going to show you storefront in a minute, but no, start with the other one. So curtain wall 6mm thick glazing, it's got a long-winded, stupid name, but it's the plain one. So that's often a good one to start with. It's your plain sheet of glass. And so then you can see that the location line is greyed out. So you don't need to worry about location lines with curtain walls. And so now I'm going to zoom in and draw along the edge of my floor. I know there's a fire hose reel here, but I'm going to ignore that for now and just draw on my floor edge and just show you what's happening there. As I come up, I'm going to zoom in so that you can see the glass. And so which side is it going? Inside, that's right. It's going to the left of my floor, which again, that's good, so it's inside, and that's wrong. It should be outside. So just because it's a curtain wall, and the general rule of thumb is that the glass should be closer to the outside. So if you press space, that'll flip it. You can do that with any wall. As you're drawing it, if it's on the wrong side, just press space. So now I can click on the diagonal corner there, and then keep coming around, tracing the edge of my floor. And then back over to here to where the solid wall is. And we'll refine that connection afterwards. So what I wanted to show you there is that if you look at the corners afterwards, you'll probably see, well you'll definitely see actually, there's a gap. And that's normal, so don't be worried by that, that's meant to be there. When you put your framing in, it will connect that corner. If you don't want framing, if you want the glass to butt up against the next sheet, which is an option, essentially what they call frameless, then you can do that too. But for now, it's got a gap, and again, don't worry about that, it's meant to be there. So, and again, you can see here, at every corner where the glass connects, it'll have a gap. That's fine. I'm going to just show you then in the 3D view that we can see now quite clearly we've got a glass wall there, and I'm going to select one of those and show you why I didn't use storefront. So in properties, you can experiment and try that other wall type, storefront, just by, again, making sure you've selected the wall first, and then you can change it simply by choosing storefront from the list there. And you'll see that it's going to add in all these mullions. And it's obviously too much. We don't need that many mullions. So I'm going to show you afterwards how you can make your own mullion pattern and easily apply that to the wall. But I want to go back now and put this back to plain glass. So I'm going to select the wall and try that. And when I go back to that planar wall, it's going to tell me that it needs to get rid of all of these extra things. So that might give you an idea how curtain walls work. Curtain walls have the base wall, just like your other walls, but then they have all these extra elements that get made along with your curtain wall. You've got the grid, which gives you the pattern. You've got these mullions, which are your framing pieces, and then you've got the panel as well, which is the glass in this case. So they're all extra elements. Here you can see it's telling me that if I want to get rid of all of these things, I need to choose this option here to delete the grid lines. So I'll do that. And you can see it's gotten rid of most of it, but even then it's still left the mullions or the frame going around the outside, so I'd have to go and delete that too. Now I can do that, but if you're doing this, then it's probably easier just to undo back. So I'll go undo, undo. How much easier is that? So after you have a break, we'll have a look at putting in your own grid pattern. And that's where you can use the tools on the architecture tab that you've probably seen and wondered about, curtain grid and mullion. Those two tools are there to work with curtain walls. So I'll look at those next, but again, it'd be good if you can have those, at least those 3 curtain walls drawn in, so that you've got something to work with.